For the next 3 days, myself and 23 other anglers will be fishing, eating, and living aboard this awesome 76-foot vessel. We're going after a bit of everything, from deep water creatures I've never seen before, to monsters that live around giant oil rigs. After the fishing, we'll be taking our catch, cleaning it up, and then cooking it into an incredible meal. Join us for a Texas-sized adventure that I will never forget. Good evening, I guess, everyone. Welcome to Port Aransas, Texas. This is my man Spencer. This is my man Joey, and we are going out on one of Texas's best fishing boats. This is a 76-foot catamaran. We are going out for some of the biggest, baddest fish in the ocean. We're taking you all along for the journey. My man Joey has been on this trip multiple times. Spencer and I, this is our first time. So Joey's gonna do a quick little walkthrough of this boat. Then we're gonna get rigged up, ready to go. And tomorrow morning, we're going to be fishing bright and early. This area that we're at, just literally for storage for the most part. This upper level of the boat, all the rods, all the coolers are gonna be up here. We spent the past couple hours loading and unloading trucks and loading the boat. I'm gonna take you guys downstairs and show you the rest of the boat. I'm definitely gonna bust my butt down this ladder.
Excuse me, sir, that's because you're not facing the ladder.
Yeah,
OSHA certified.
I'm supposed to turn around.
Oh, that's new. So there's another fish box there. We have 2 more fish boxes. Oh, we have 4.
Live wells?
Live well, tuna tube.
Perfect.
And we're gonna be trolling and fishing out the back. There used to be benches here. They took all that out, I guess. Which is nice, you can move around a lot. And then you have your side rails. It's a catamaran hull, so it's pretty stable. So you can fish on both sides when you're tuna fishing. Everybody that's casting is generally gonna be up at the tip. And then out of the back, everybody's gonna be chunking. You have some people casting, but not as much. So up here in the front and the bow, you have some rod holders, you have some other fish boxes that you can put stuff in. This is where a lot of your casting is gonna be happening. So in here in the galley, you have some bunks up there, bunks back there, but you have a microwave, there's gonna be a grill outside, so we're gonna cook steaks, all of that good stuff. All your seating area for your crew. We're gonna consolidate here. It's a little messy, but everyone's rigging right now. Now we're on the port side of the boat. You have 3 sets of bunks. You can get the top, middle, or the bottom. Right here you have your 2 heads. You have your male, female, and inside the female you have a shower, which is greatly appreciated when you're 3 days of fishing.
Hot and cold.
So that's pretty much the tour of the boat.
Now we gotta get rigged up.
Now we gotta get rigged up, that's right.
The guys from NLBN hooked us up. I asked them to send me a box and they sent us a bunch out here. Super stoked. Tunas absolutely chew these, so I'm excited to pull on some big ones. And you know that they had to send the tuna heads with the BKK hooks, 4X strong hooks. Super stoked. So behind me, pretty much we have a giant potluck dinner going. Everyone's brought a bunch of different dinner items. My man Joey just cooked up some carne asada. Looks amazing. There's a little grill in the back you can make whatever on. And pretty much everyone's just eating, rigging, packing, unpacking. Everyone's just getting ready. We got a couple more hours. I'm gonna do my best to get as much sleep as I can tonight because this is an absolute Ironman of a fishing trip. A lot of time is gonna be spent fishing, not very much time spent sleeping. So I'm gonna get as much as I can tonight before we're on the fishing grounds tomorrow morning. So not only do I want to walk you guys through this whole process and kind of document the whole trip, I also have multiple fish species that I want to knock off on this trip. Here are just a couple of them right here. We are all set up in the bunk. Got a nice little towel, got an eye mask, got some earplugs. Now I'm about to crash out because tomorrow morning starts an absolute marathon of fishing. When you see me next, we should be, I don't know, 100 miles out in the ocean. See you guys there. Good morning, everyone. It's like 7:30. Just got to the grounds. First stop of the day. We're gonna do a little deep jigging, a little deep dropping. Should be some big golden tile fish here. Should be some, honestly, there's a lot of different species out here. They've caught swordfish on jigs out here. Warsaws. You never really know what you're gonna find. But
never know.
Today, during the day, is gonna be all about the deep stuff. So trying to find those tile fish, trying to find big groupers. And then tonight, we're going to an oil rig to do some tuna fishing. So we got lots of fish to check off the list. And yeah, let's get after it. So on this boat, unlike other, long range boats that I've been on, all the meals are on you. So they got microwave, air fryer, some stuff, grill in the back. But what we're having for breakfast is we're having some instant ramen. And what do you got there?
Ooh. The gold.
What is that?
The gold watermelon water. Let's go.
Okay. Joey's got all the delicious drinks.
When you come on these trips, you have to eat good. You have to eat good.
Stuff food in your face when you have a chance.
Ramen and watermelon water to start the day. See how my stomach lives throughout this trip. Okay, so we are going to start the morning out doing a little bit of jigging. Well, at least that's what I'm doing. About half the boat is doing jigging, half the boat is deep dropping with bait. We're in 1,000 feet of water right now, so since we have 70-something hours of fishing up ahead of us, I'm gonna start out with this electric reel. This electric jigging reel allows me to basically get my jig back in really fast when I need to reset the drift, re-jig. So fingers crossed that we get bit on the very first drop. 400-gram jig, some BKK hooks on it. Let's give her a huck. What is kind of cool about this reel is it tells me exactly how deep I'm going. So, you know, that's 130 feet. And dropping straight down. Pretty sure, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, the Statue of Liberty is like 300 feet tall. So we're dropping this jig the depth of 3 Statue of Liberties. There we go, that's bottom, 988 feet. So this area we're in is basically like a lot of mud. So you almost feel your jig stick into the bottom. But tilefish and other bottom creatures love areas like this. There's also a big rock out here, which is really the main reason we're fishing it, but generally these fish hang out in the mud.
You right on bottom, though?
Yeah, almost, pretty much.
That's a fish. Definitely got some sort of critter on here. Getting close.
Oh, I keep calling. Oh, yeah.
We got some sort of critter. Tiny.
A wenchman. Oh, what is that? That's pretty crazy.
What are they called?
It's a bearded stoutfish.
Bearded stoutfish.
See it real quick. Oink. First fish of the trip. Probably the biggest thing I'm gonna catch the whole time. All right, we are going out for round 2 now. Drop number 2 got bit. The minute that the jig hit the bottom, 800 feet down still. Whoa! Head shake action. I don't know, dude. I got 480 feet of line out. What do we got?
Oh, dude. I like it. That's
We got a tile.
Oh!
Oh, wow.
Let's go!
Look at that.
Yeah!
That's cool.
Yeah!
Look at that. That's my first one of that species.
I knew it was the big round thing.
The big. Oh. Nice. Look at that. Double header. That is my very first barrel fish. These things live in super, super deep water. They're actually delicious. Been wanting to catch one of these for quite a long time. It's really cool to do it on a jig, man. All right, so we got Joey hooked up right here next to us. It's a nice barrel.
Thank you.
Nice work, Robert.
Oh, that's big. How did it look big? What?
Your jig came undone?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Oh, they actually fight all the way up.
Yeah, they do, dude. I might
That
feel
is
like...
really interesting.
Oh, I got one.
Let's go!
So Joey literally caught his fish on these hooks, but his jig somehow went missing. It disappeared in action. Came out of the split ring.
It happened like that last year too.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Go, doubled up. Yoink. Watch the hooks. Joey just caught his very first barrel fish.
Yeah.
I caught that moonfish right there in the middle, and then Spencer caught that moonfish right there. That's pretty darn sick. We're used to only seeing the moonfish like, you know, 5-6 inches long, so those ones are pretty big.
Their eyes look crazy.
Yeah, that's
Got a little
sick.
beard on them.
They're actually like kind of blue, iridescent.
Hold that up for me, Joey. Look at that. That's beautiful. All right, that was a fun morning jigging session. Bait guys started to catch up at the end, started to get bit as well. But now we finished up with that and we're headed to a new spot.
Probably gonna do some trolling. There's tons of wahoo this time of year. I would love to catch a big wahoo. We're gonna head to that next spot where we're hopefully gonna catch some more fish, mark some more fish off the list.
What do we got going on, Joey?
We're gonna put on some venison sausage and venison backstrap.
Nice deer sausage going down. Everyone behind me is trolling right now, trying to pick up a wahoo on our way to the oil rig. Got dinner working because pretty much the only time we're gonna have to eat is in the next hour. It's all night long. We're gonna be chasing big tunas at the oil rig. So hopefully we pick up a wahoo before the sun goes down. That'd be cool. Check that off the list. Then after that, the big tuna. You guys know that's what I came to catch. Wow. Okay. Nice, dude. What you got there?
Venison backstrap.
How fresh?
Shot that block 2 days ago, I think.
2-day-old backstrap.
Yeah.
We got more guy meal. Some udon this time. Now we got the deer sausage. We have the backstrap working over there. I don't know if we're gonna eat any fruits and vegetables this whole trip.
I have a tomato.
You had a tomato? No, I've been having oranges. I've been having oranges and apples here and there.
I did an apple.
Definitely guy dinner. And right there is where we will be fishing this evening, well into the night, around these floaters, these oil rigs. Not exactly an oil rig, but we're gonna catch some fish off of this thing that extracts oil from the earth. Nice work.
There we go. I think you've done well, sir. It's like the best cut of steak you've ever had.
On camera taste test. Good work, man. I'll take the backstrap over the sausage, but the sausage is pretty good too.
We cooked a ton of meat on this trip, but while I'm editing this video, we had meat delivered by Good Chop. Good Chop delivers high quality all-American meat and seafood in fully customizable boxes straight to your door. I think Good Chop is a great option because it saves both time and money. You don't have to spend time searching for quality cuts, and they don't cost a fortune. You can get portions as low as $3.32. Right here, I'm pan frying up these potatoes and pairing them with these USDA Choice New York strips. Just giving a little bit of salt and pepper seasoning on the strips before putting them straight into a hot cast iron. Good Chop has a huge variety with over 80 cuts, from 100% grass-fed ribeyes to free-range and organic chicken, and even wild-caught salmon, which Christina and I almost never get to have. I cooked the steaks to about a medium temperature and then topped them with some grilled onions, served with those fried potatoes. Honestly, delicious cut. Good Chop only sources the good stuff, which is why they feel confident about their 100% money-back guarantee. Love Good Chop or get your money back.
If you're interested in any of this all-American meat or seafood, go to goodchop.com/YouTube. Use code RYANMORIE130. You can see it on the screen to save $130 off of your first 4 boxes at Good Chop. That's goodchop.com/YouTube and use code RYANMORIE130. Thank you again to Good Chop for sponsoring today's video.
Number 3, bug number 3. Oh, that's a real one right there.
Oh, that's a good fish right there.
Yeah, that's a good fish right there.
Woo! All right. Oh, okay. So we got 1 fish on, we got 2 fish on. So the way this works with the trollers is they go by bunk number. So first fish gets hooked up, bunk number 1 gets it. Second fish, bunk number 2 gets it. Maybe we'll get all the way through to where number 18 can start getting bit. I don't know. We got 24 of us. Oh my gosh. Oh, 5! Juvie. Nice little tuna. Another tuna. Boink. Woo! Still going over here, into the mono at least. Fish is just straight down. See it long, definitely a bigger fish. Right here too.
Yeah. Come on, boys. There we go. That's a real one. That is a real one. Little brain spikage. There we go. Well, we didn't find the first wahoo, but we found some quality tunas. Lets us know that they're here tonight. Those are the size we want to be catching on some spin tackle, and even bigger than that. So fingers crossed that it happens. How are we feeling about our tuna prospects, boys?
Oh, they're definitely here. There's
Seen a nice one back there already, so.
They're airing out like 60 to 80 pounders. So below them, I know this exact date last year, we got a 180.
So you guys can see the oil rig behind me. This basically creates just a giant area for fish to come in and feed. The light attracts the smaller fish, which attract the bigger fish, which attract the even bigger fish. Our goal tonight is to catch some of the giant yellowfins that hang out here. We already saw a couple of those 80, 90 pound class fish caught already, but they catch fish up to 200 pounds out here. That's what we're after. A lot of guys want to try and do it on spin. It's exactly what I'm trying to do, so let's see what happens. We saw some big blowups on this side of the rig, so that's where we're headed now. Give it a shot, fingers crossed. All right, I am going to throw this 8-inch no live bait needed with the tuna head, 3-ounce head. Try and get down. I'm gonna try and get a little bit down deeper in the water column. A lot of guys are fishing kind of subsurface. I'm gonna try and get like 100 feet down and see what happens. Go now. All right, we are seeing some blowups on top, so I'm gonna switch to the popper. See what we see. There we go. On the popper.
Yeah! Going out. Let's go. Oh, Devil! Scat Cat! Okay.
He found the realer one. Oh, mine's off. Off.
You didn't hook that one?
No, I hooked it. He just pulled hook. Right before you lost yours, I lost mine. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice blackfin action. Not 1 inch of drag was pulled that day.
My trap was tight. Yeah, I know your trap was tight. No chance. Joey was yelling at you.
All right, there we go. Little blackfin action. First tuna of the night for me. Ate the 8-inch straight tail NLBN. Joey's getting tight behind me. This guy, I'm actually gonna use for trunk bait later to hopefully catch a big yellow. There's another one.
Yeah.
Well, considering he hasn't pulled an inch, yeah. Oh, there he is.
The tuna fishing was becoming extremely chaotic. There were tons of blackfins being hooked. There was also dolphins chasing up our blackfins. The dolphins absolutely murdered my blackfin here. And there was a couple yellowfins being caught. It's pretty crazy to be fishing when there's literally like 80-pound yellowfins jumping up and down on the deck. And you see that something is working for one guy and it's not working for others. And then suddenly next to you, a 100-pound yellowfin breaks off. It's absolutely a wild experience. My boy Spencer here caught a nice fish, probably 80 pounds on this 8-inch or 9-inch soft plastic. Man, it was just wild. But I couldn't get a bite on a lure, so I decided it's time to fish some bait.
These are little blackfin tunas, little bonitas, smaller baits, smaller tuna species that we've already caught. What we're doing is we're chunking these. So, I have my Metallica 20, PE6 sprayed, 80-pound top shot, and I have some 125-pound leader. Inside there, I have a 10-0 BKK Monster Circle hook, but I hide the hook inside the bait as much as I can. What we're doing, the mates and the captain are dropping chunks in the water, making this whole chum slick down right next to the oil rig. And I'm gonna drop this with the rest of the chum slick, make it look like it's naturally going down with those chunks. Tuna cannot help themselves, and right now it's working really well, so we're gonna try and get one. Here's what I'm gonna do. Turn my clicker on, put my reel in free spool, and I'm just gonna start pulling a bunch of slack out. Make sure I have enough slack to hit the water, because I don't want that hook to pull out of that bait at all. I want that hook as hidden as possible. Just want it to look like a bait. Tuna have great eyesight. to throw that in the water. And then I'm just gonna start feeding line. We start feeding line, letting this drift out. This reel is completely in free spool and I'm just pulling it by hand, letting it drift really, really naturally. And when you get bit by a tuna, it's really hard to miss. They basically will rip the line out of your hand. It starts peeling off the reel. You let them eat it for a second or two, put the reel in gear, that's our hook, finds its home. So now I'm past, this is an 80-pound monofilament top shot, and I'm now into the PE6 Silk Ocean. This is like about the diameter, like 65-pound braid, but this is much stronger than 65. You guys can always save with Silk Ocean braids if you use my code RYANMORIE. It's linked down below. You can use a little bit of everything for stuff like this in terms of setups. You could use like a 50 wide on a bent butt and just fight the fish in the rod holder. The Talica 20 in my mind, 2-speed is plenty for this type of fishing. Fit plenty of braid on it, puts tons of drag out. And I have a pretty stiff, this is a Star Rod Plasma, just a stiff rod. I like to have a foregrip so I can use it kind of on the rail for a little bit more leverage. That's pretty much it, but any stiff rod will do the job.
There he is. There he is.
Line's high, line's high.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, yeah. You don't want to come up.
For sure. Ooh, that chunk bite was fun, man. Thing ripped it out of my hand. Absolutely ripped it out of my hand. Real tight on him. Fish was there. Circle hook found its home. It's a little weird not fighting him on a spinner rod, I'll say that.
How's it feel? Better or worse?
Feels like a fish.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm fighting a fish, brother.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's a good fish. On the way up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you got a real one, buddy.
Triple header? On the corner?
I'm over you. Shoot. Shoot. Real one. I got it. You're good. You got to come on the other side of me and then see. Just like that. All right. I got to come in between those two lines. Coming in between.
There you go, bro. Yeah.
Coming down, coming down. How you doing there, spinning rod?
Oh, doing great.
That drag scream in action was fun.
Oh yeah. Can't beat it.
And this is why using it conventional is kind of like cheating in my mind. Because look at this. I am just using the rail to beat this fish. Put it in low gear. No energy being expended. Especially compared to a spinner, we have to say upside down. This is why California guys always clown East Coast guys, because you can go through the easiest way to fight the fish like this. Doing his pinwheels.
So at this point, y'all, I'm filming with the action camera on my chest or on my neck, and then we're also filming with another action camera with a light behind me. Unfortunately, that action camera with the light ended up in the water later that night. More on that later. But this one on my neck ended up dying. So we missed the gaff shot on camera. But essentially, after a couple more pinwheels and me just kind of waiting this fish out, we got a gaff in it and got it in the boat.
There we go. Beautiful yellowfin tuna on the chunk, man. Probably 70-pound class fish. Very fun. Awesome start to the night. Plenty more big tunas to be caught. Spencer just had a fish that was easily 100 pounds. So they're definitely around. So I'm gonna try and do a combo chunking like this one and some lures to catch some big fish. Man, that was sick. Those classic yellowfin sickles. Man, what a cool fish. And it's just, it always blows my mind how hard one this size will go. And then you remember that they go to 300 pounds. And you're like, oh, okay. It's awesome. Woo, let's get a bigger one. Joey on the railrod.
On the very next drift, my boy Joey was able to hook up on a junk rod, and after a pretty entertaining fight, we were able to get this fish in as well. Another 80 to 90 pound class fish. Beautiful yellowfin that I was stoked to see my boy catch.
Hawaiian. Super Hawaiian.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Cheers. These things are fire.
Tired.
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 Go get a Celsius.
Hey, welcome to spot number 2 for the night. Another big floater, I believe, right there behind us. Dropping out the NLBN straight tail right now, seeing if I can get bit by one of these big fish. There we go. There we go. There we go. Blackfin Central, boys. Shoot. Chunk bait, ooh ha ha.
Ooh, that's a tasty fish right there.
Oh, that's cool looking.
Nestler.
What's so good about it?
It's really buttery too.
What a weird looking fish.
I haven't seen it in a while.
I didn't even know this existed. That's crazy looking. Literally looks like a demon salmon. Well, y'all, something really annoying happened on this trip. One of my GoPros, one with a ton of footage from today, was accidentally knocked into the water. So not nearly as many angles, not nearly as many cool shots as I wanted from day one. It's just something that happens. I think from now on I'm gonna have that particular GoPro on a clamp rigged up with a float, so we can maybe recover it. But just sucks. Things in the bottom are on the bottom in like 3,500 feet of water now. But basically, it's like 3 a.m. right now. Pretty much done for the day in terms of fishing. So I'm gonna shower off, get some sleep because we have a ton of deep fishing tomorrow. Hopefully knock off things like yellow edge grouper, some queen snapper, some cool stuff tomorrow for sure. See you then. Good morning, everyone. It is super windy. I don't know who turned the wind on, but we are out in an area that's one of the fishiest bottom fishing places I've ever been. This is what's called the Flower Gardens, and there's tons of life here, but we got tons of wind as well. So we're gonna have to battle against that, try and get some deep drop baits down, try and get some jigs down, see what happens. All right, I wanted to, guys, I swear, fish my manual, but no one is fishing anything less than 800 grams right now, and I don't feel like doing that on manual because I just physically don't have a rod heavy enough on that reel to make it happen. So 800 gram Johnny jig on the electric. So we're gonna cast out. You already out, Ryan?
No, go ahead.
Let that drop down to the depths. I think we're in like 800 feet of water. So let's see if I can feel this jig. With the wind rushing past us, or rushing against us so much, makes our drift really fast. So it's really hard to feel your jig. I think this is mainly jig and maybe a small longtail. Yeah. Whoa! Buddy. Wow, hooked like a bait. So right there, we have the elusive longtail sea bass. These guys are actually pretty common out here. Kind of annoying when you're jigging sometimes because you want something bigger, but got the skunk off for today. His eyes are all exploded from the pressure change. All right, well, hooked up to something. I don't know what it is. Not that sizable yet, but it could grow, we'll see. Bring him back up for 900 feet. We're getting close, 50 feet, 50 feet. We're getting there. Let's see what type of critter this is. Another tile. Scoop. Nice. All right, there is my first desirable fish of the morning. Super slimy, golden tile fish. If you guys have been around before, you've seen me catch these guys on jigs. Pretty cool fish, man. That BKK assist hook got them there in the bottom jaw, but these guys are delicious. They get quite a bit bigger than this too, but very, very cool. Well, this guy's gonna go in the box. So we are moving again. We're basically just resetting the same drift we just did. Still insanely rough out. 4 to 6 foot. I know it probably doesn't look that big on camera, but the wind's blowing 20-30 knots, and when it's conditions like this, it never makes bottom fishing very easy. So all we're doing is resetting, trying to pick up a few more bites. Both bait and jigs have produced some fish. Nicest fish actually was a pretty big yellow edge grouper that came on a jig. So there's potential there. It's just a grind. You gotta work hard to work through these conditions basically. But we're gonna finish up here after one more drift. We're gonna head shallower, try and knock off some more species. Then tonight, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the evening with a little wahoo trolling, end the evening with some giant yellowfins. I think there's a lot of potential to hook and land triple-digit yellowfins tonight. So fingers crossed, looking for one of those over 100-pound fish. Lunch for today, more ramen noodles and some pickles. Absolute lunch of champions. Oh, the nectar of the gods. But we were just talking about it, and this fishery is all about just eating when you can, when you have time, because when you're in the bite, you don't want to have to stop and eat. You just want to be able to fish.
All right, so we are doing a bit of trolling as we move from one bottom spot to another. Got a whole wahoo spread out right now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is an area that there can 100% be some wahoo.
Who's number 12?
Joey, are you 12?
You're 12? Yeah, that's 12. Long one's on. Four's on. I'm 13.
All right, so we got one hookup. We got two hookups. We got 3 hookups. We got the peanut gallery. So out of all that, we had a shark eat one of the wahoo, or whatever it was. Had another one pull hook as it was skipping on top. We're getting close on the third one now, but the third one's definitely not that big. Come on. Nice.
Whoa! That's a good one.
Woo! Look at that thing. That's good work. We just had a couple more bites. I think we have another one on behind me. Like I said yesterday, trolling goes in bunk order. So number 1 gets the first bite, number 2 gets the second bite, and you go all the way through. Right now, I think we're on number 15. I'm number 18, so fingers crossed, maybe I'll get a chance to reel on one of these things. And also fingers crossed, if I do get a chance, it's not a cuda. You're having fun, Jason? Hey Corbin, what's the most wahoos you guys have caught in a trip?
Probably around 40, 50.
40 or 50 in one trip?
If you can get a good bite going and keep up with it, it gets crazy out here.
That's insane.
Now, I mean, you can hook 6 at one time.
Oh.
Whether you're gonna put 6 in the boat at one time or not.
Getting close, Jason, getting close. So a shark 100% bit the tail off of that guy. Nice.
How does it feel to have a wahoo hook up?
It feels pretty good.
Okay,
I get back to the academy and all my sponsors.
Another marlin, bro.
No, I don't want another mammal. Marlin.
no more mammals. Beautiful color. Oh, yeah, wahoo. Oh, the lure came out. The lure came out.
The lure's out.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about it. Stop.
Oh, that's a big one.
All the work paid off.
That is a unit. Woo! That is one big wahoo. That's the biggest I've ever seen in person.
He's on there. Real small one.
Come on, fish. Come on up. Come on, fish. Whoa. Whoa.
nice, dude. Beautiful freaking wahoo, man. Woo! Taking spray over the bow. Munched the trolling lure. I think he ate that nomad plug. That is sick. Absolutely one of the best eating fish in the ocean. They got crazy teeth. Crazy teeth. Absolutely like a pair of scissors. And they can cut a little bit of everything in half. Woo, man, that is cool. So it's definitely pretty darn cool how many wahoo they can catch out here. I mean, we've had probably double-digit bites now. Got 3 or 4 in the boat. Just really cool. You have fish up to 100 pounds out here fairly regularly when it's good, which is absolutely insane, 100-pound wahoo. But man, oh man, I feel good to get that little one in the boat. Happy that I was able to reel on the real one, get it in, gaffed and everything like that. It's not a 70-pounder like the other one that was caught, but still sick. And we're headed to do some awesome bottom fishing right now. So fingers crossed that that's great as well. Little steak to tide us over for tonight. Again, just men eating like men. We got a bunch of meat, not one vegetable we've seen. Nothing green's allowed. Nothing green. We got pickles. Pickles are about the only green thing that we have. But yeah, Joey just cooked up some steaks. This guy has been one heck of a host, making sure we're fed. Deer backstrap, deer sausage, ribeyes, freaking the works, man. So it's been fun. Little post wahoo steak, and hopefully we'll be doing some tuna fishing very soon.
Come on! Don't stop it! Don't stop! I don't care if you.
Oh, it's just the head left. It's only a head. You let the head out your butt.
Let's tag them. Let's tag it.
Say something, Ben.
Very tired. I'm very tired. Very nice. Good fish. I go to sleep.
It has been quite a while since we last had an update, but we spent the last couple hours running from where we were crushing the wahoos back to the oil rig, so we had this nighttime bite, about a 3-4 hour run, trying to catch those big tunas in the glow of the oil rig. They should 100% be here. They were around last night, so let's give it a shot. I'm gonna start throwing that NLBN, see what happens. Out in the distance, tight!
Oh, sign up live. Sign up live.
Oh, on the reel up. Trying to stay away from the black fins, can't stay away. Unfortunately for them, they can't pull an inch of drag on this.
Whoa, hun. Don't let him make your finger up.
Yeah, you're right.
Just choke him. Ow. Here, hold on.
All right, what?
Choke him right behind the gills like this. Press his gills in.
Oh, look at that.
Just a little matrix.
A little matrix, huh?
The rest of night 2 went very similarly to night 1. Tons of blackfin tunas eating lures. But what was missing was all the big yellowfins from the night before. We just really didn't run into them. I think only one decent yellowfin was caught. We tried different presentations, bait, lures, fished different oil rigs, but it just didn't happen, and that's a big part of fishing.
Well, y'all, that looks like it's gonna be all for this evening. Ended my night getting absolutely chewed apart by a barracuda. But tomorrow morning, we have a chance to get a quick limit of some red snapper, so fingers crossed that that all works out. That's that one last species that we haven't even tried for yet. So I guess I will see you in the morning. Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to the last couple hours. We are pulling up to a snapper spot right now, about 300 feet of water. Ideally, we're all going to be able to catch a quick limit of red snapper. These things are the smartest fish in the ocean. They're pretty curious, and you can hook them on a lot of different things. So we got some bait guys, we got some jiggers. Let's see what happens. Oh, Captain revved it. Means time to drop. Okay, we are dropping back down. 350 gram slow pitch jig made by Johnny Jigs. Got the BKK Lentis hooks on here. I'm actually gonna step to your right, brother. Cast it out. We don't have a ton of current this morning, but we're all fishing the same area, so I'd like to cast out and get away from the other jigs if I can. is.
Looks like a better fish.
Oh, brawling. Full of air. There we go, that's what we're after. Nice little red snapper. They get quite a bit bigger than this, but this is a keeper size one, so I'm gonna throw him in the box, fill one of my tags, but a very delicious fish. Can be a nuisance out here when you're trying to catch other stuff, but luckily they're still in season right now, so we're gonna try and catch a quick boat limit of these guys, and I'm gonna try and upgrade my size on this next drop. There he is, way high in the water. Studs only. So this guy is pretty much not the size that we want, so we're gonna let him go. Yep, that might be him. That might be him. That might be him. Off the bottom. Much better fight on this one. That might be a grouper. Much better bite, y'all. Much better bite. Let's see what happens. Still fighting. Might just be another red now. Still fighting. Still fighting. Come on, fish. All the way up for 300 feet. All the way to the surface. We got color. We got color. What do we got? Another red. Said we were going to upgrade our size, and we upgraded our size, getting a little bit bigger, a little bit better. This one smoked the Johnny jig right on the bottom. Those BKK Lentis assist hooks are always my go-to. Awesome fish, man. I know guys out here are like, about them, but since I don't get to catch them and keep them all that often, I'm stoked on it, and they're absolutely delicious. When fish like this are eating jigs, I'm having a good time, so I'm gonna get back out there.
The red snapper fun continued with people catching fish on jigs and on bait. I thought I was catching decent ones on jigs until I saw the size the bait guys were catching, but essentially these are our tags. We all get 4 of these for 4 red snapper a piece. This was my 3rd one here, and eventually we ended up filling each and every one of the tags. Super fun to do fishing wise, but for video purposes, honestly, all of this video footage got redundant. So that's why I'm chopping it up for you guys right now. Want you to check out this absolute monster that my boy caught though. Look at this.
Okay, Joey, what have you been doing while we've been jigging?
Bait!
You fishing bait? Look at that chongus. Look at that. Nice one, dude. That's by far the biggest one.
Hell yeah.
By far the biggest one that we've caught the entire trip. Nice one, man.
Yeah, that's true. This is. I think Ben might win.
I didn't see the other one.
Yeah, no, this is a big one. This is my biggest for sure right now.
Ben caught one that didn't fit in the trash can.
Excellent.
Stoked, stoked.
Nice, dude. Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Very endangered. Hell yeah.
So they're smoking bait. You guys are getting much bigger class fish on bait than we are on jigs.
They do have teeth.
Nice. Oh yeah, no, they'll get you, dude. They'll chew you up.
Yeah, I like it.
Excellent. Great work,
Very
bro.
tasty.
Okay, so check it out, guys. Plenty of toothy critters around, so I just put a shot of wire on this slow pitch jig, switched to something with a little thicker cord. They could still cut through this if they really try, but I'll get lucky. Caught a wahoo on this exact assist hook last year, so fingers crossed. This is probably going to be our last drop. Last chance. Let's see what happens. You drop under? Okay. King mackerel? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Might not have an assist hook anymore. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Smackaroles! There they are. Got a gaff? Ski. Thank you, sir.
When you get into these guys with jigs, it's kind of a love-hate relationship because they will cut you off. They got a lot of teeth.
cut off your jig, so you know you're just dropping down and suddenly you have no jig, and there goes 20 bucks, 30 bucks. But they were fun. They were a cool little fish, man. And yeah, it's another species that we got on this trip, so kind of cool. We got a lot of variety out here in the Gulf. So that's all she wrote for fishing. We have a pretty decent ride in, and we have to count up all of our fish, see what everyone caught back at the dock. Also, we have to cook up this pretty sick recipe that Joey's been telling me about. So I'll see you guys back at the dock. Having a lunch break. My man Joey slicing up more meat. Man, what a trip. Right, some steak and some Red Bull. First time we've seen land in like 60 hours. Kind of nice to see. Also, the ocean decided today was the day it was gonna slick out. Not when we needed it to slick out, but man, it's beautiful out here, that's for sure. So right now, pretty much what we're doing is we're sorting the fish. So they're unloading all the fish from the boat, laying them out on ice, and we're basically gonna divvy up what everyone caught. We all are lined up based on our bunk number, with a cooler, fish bag, whatever. And basically all the mates are gonna do, after we take a pretty cool photo, is call out our number, we raise our hand, they bring the fish over, dunk it in our cooler. It's very much controlled chaos and it happens really, really fast. But this is a cool part of the day because you kind of get reminded of all of the awesome stuff that just happened in the last 60 hours because it was a lot and you kind of forget what all everyone caught throughout the trip. All right, so right now, Captain and the mates are basically distributing all the fish. I'm number 18, so I got number 18s coming in. Thank you, sir.
Good job. Winner of the big fish pot.
Oh yeah.
Is that 86-pound yellowfin one?
Yes, sir.
And the one next to it, that was a troll fish, right? So it doesn't count?
Yeah.
Got it. Nice, man. What'd you catch it on?
Halco.
On a halco.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
Yellowfin halco.
Biggest tuna came on the troll, y'all, but that doesn't count for the big fish pot. So I guess that means we will see you guys at the fillet table. Welcome to the fillet table. We've been absolutely going to work here. If you guys turn around right here, you can see Spencer is working on a big old yellowfin. Oh yeah. We have giant piles of yellowfin over here. Tons of fish that we've been processing. Right here, I got that wahoo that I caught on the troll. We're gonna go ahead and clean them up. It's been, honestly, years since I cleaned a wahoo, so let's give it our best. Give it our best shot. There. All the way down the length of this fish. It's crazy. This is like one of the smallest wahoo that we caught this trip. We caught him, literally, the biggest fish was 67 pounds, probably 70 pounds before it was bled out. Absolute monster. And that's not that crazy of a fish for out here. They get a lot of monsters here. Back on that backbone here. Look through those pin bones. Over that rib cage. Bang. Nice wahoo fillet. Now that is from a 20-pound fish. Imagine how much meat was coming off that 70-pound fish. It's insane. Let's do the other side. Poor guy got no fin. And his tail got bit off. Look at this. Wonder if another wahoo did that to him.
tough life out there.
Mm-hmm. Tough time being a wahoo. I was telling the boys the story. Very first wahoo I ever caught out of Palm Beach, Florida. It was on a 17-foot Key West, 17-foot boat. We were trolling a split tail mullet with one rod, and we caught a 40-pounder by 6:30 a.m. We didn't have any room in the cooler, so essentially we were on our way in. We put out our second split tail mullet, caught a 26-pound dolphin after that. Absolutely crazy. There was a tournament going on that morning, and we literally picked up our wahoo and our dolphin. We're like, you boys missed the bite, because the guys were literally headed out for the tournament while we were headed in. Fun memory, man. So if you guys look at this meat right now, there's a testament to not having your fish cold enough the entire time. So we're getting like little bits of flakiness happening. We would have iced this fish a little bit heavier when we're going through that process of changing coolers and everything. It'd be a little bit firmer right now, easier to work with. Still gonna be great. We're eating a bunch of it tonight, so I'm not worried at all, but it does make the cleaning process a little bit more difficult and less aesthetic because you kind of get that little mushiness going on. But essentially, we have a big old wahoo carcass and some of the most delicious meat in the ocean. Big old pair of scissors.
Man, these pieces are just so big. Ridiculous. Blows my mind. Looking good.
All right, so check it out. We did lose the footage of us talking about this fish, but all three of us got to knock this fish off our bucket list on a jig, no less. This is called a barrel fish, deep water fish. I think we're in 1,100 feet of water when we caught them. Absolutely delicious, apparently. I've never tried it before, so I'm excited to try it, but I have a lot of fish to clean, and Spencer wants to clean this for his own, I don't know. Oh, I got you. He wants to make a video cleaning this guy, so I'm gonna let him. But absolutely really cool fish, and I was stoked on it. Stoked that the boys got him. You can check out how big the eyes are because of how deep these guys live. So you gotta imagine they need a big eye to let in any light that they can. But absolutely really cool fish. I saw like a 30-pounder my last deep trip, so they get a lot bigger than this. But we're stoked on this guy, and the meat's definitely not going to waste. Okay, y'all, welcome to the kitchen. We're actually still in Texas, not too far from the fish cleaning station where you last saw us, but I'm cooking up for the boys tonight. I'm gonna cook up a awesome, quick, easy recipe for this wahoo. So I basically cut it into pretty quick and simple portions that are gonna cook very evenly, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start seasoning them. So start off with just a little pepper, a little salt. Next up, some ground paprika. And last but not least, a touch of garlic powder. We're gonna flip them all over, do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so we got 2 hot pans working since I'm gonna cook 2 batches of our recipe for tonight. I'm just gonna go in with some avocado oil to start. We're gonna get a quick sear on this wahoo. So I'm basically cooking these like 30% of the way through. I'm just trying to get some brown bits on the bottom of the pan, get a sear on the outside of this fish. So the pan's pretty hot. Avocado oil's helping make sure it doesn't smoke too much. All right, so I am taking these guys off the heat. I'm gonna set them to the side, and then we're gonna get working on our base for this dish. We got a bunch of pre-chopped veggies. And now basically I'm just gonna allow these guys to kind of cook down, start to get a little bit, you know, black parts on the ends, a little char on the ends. But I just want these to start releasing some of their juices, have the onions lose their bite, and then we're gonna continue. So right here, I'm chopping up some plum tomatoes, specifically plum tomatoes because these guys have a ton of juice, and that is essential to this recipe. We're gonna want a ton of juice getting released. Some fresh garlic, get that into the pan. Don't want it to burn, but just want it to get a little bit cooked before we deglaze everything. You guys can see we're getting char on the onions and the peppers and everything like that. In my opinion, tastes so much better a lot more flavorful. So now we're going to deglaze the pan. We just have some chicken stock. That in there, that working. Now we're scraping the bottom of the pan, getting off all those brown bits, and that mixing into the juice. Split our tomatoes evenly between the pots. Allow those to cook down into the mixture as well. Now I'm going to reintroduce our fish. It'll start to get reheated, and it'll also continue cooking a bit. Okay, so basically all we've done for the last 10-15 minutes is just let everything simmer, let all those juices kind of get together. Fish finished off cooking, and yeah, now we're gonna serve. Off camera, we made a bunch of white rice, so start that as our base. I'm super hungry. I don't think we've had a balanced meal in like 4 days. We've had meals for sure, but a lot of steak, a lot of chips, other processed food, a lot of noodles. So yeah, a home-cooked meal is definitely gonna be nice right now. So just gonna load up all that goodness, the tomatoes, the peppers and onions, a couple pieces of fish. Oh, that's looking really good. I'm gonna get some of that delicious juice and pour it all over everything. There we go. And last but not least, we come right over here. We just finish it off with a little bit of basil on top. And she's ready to go. And it's about time. It's almost 10 o'clock and we're eating dinner finally. So I don't know who hired me as a chef, but it was a bad idea if you wanted to eat early. Well, this is pretty nice after a couple days on a boat. Everything isn't moving, food is hot, AC is working, so I think we're all gonna dig in, and maybe we'll have some food critics at the end. Honestly, an awesome trip with a great crew of guys. Huge thank you to my man Joey, who's now eating his vegetables, for setting the trip up, making it happen. Thanks to Spencer for not being making me not the only one coming from Florida. Yeah. We came all the way here just to do the trip. Thanks to Jason for letting us stay. And thanks to my man Ben for the comedic humor.
Thank you, thank you.
And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. But if you can't wait for another video, YouTube thinks you're gonna like this one, so I'll see you guys over there.